It's Ebro in the morning. You got the beautiful Laura Styles.
Microphone check. 4.
No, you got him on the wrong mic. That's why he's on 3. Go.
Got me on the wrong mic, man. Testing 40. Excuse me.
Classic. Classic.
From New York and on the new Hot 97 app, Ebro in the morning. On Hot 97.
Legend in the game has touched down in the room. It's Ebro's Laura Styles. Rosenberg's on assignment. I want y'all to give it up for my good friend, E-40 one time. Earl.
Hey.
What's up, sir?
What's up, family?
The ambassador of the Bay,
How you
40
doing?
Fonzarelli.
Top of the top, man. Top of the morning.
So we've prepared some things to run through with you to just recalibrate for the world if they maybe aren't paying attention. You know, people are discovering new things all the time.
Yeah.
So they may have heard of E-40, they may like some records, but they may not have known what you have contributed to the game.
Right.
And just even all the stories and things that you've been a part of. So, Laura, were you able to look up
because
the slang that E-40 has invented?
We discuss certain slang, and I remember Ebro being like, that's E-40. E-40 started all of that. He's the originator. So I was like, let's go through some words, right? So you can clarify. The word broccoli, the slang broccoli came from you.
1993.
1993, correct.
1993. I was at Studio Tone Studio, and we was just looking at different words to call it. You know what I'm saying? Me and Studio Tone.
Now, broccoli was referring to marijuana.
Marijuana.
Yeah.
Green.
Yeah, green. Yeah, green. So, so on my song, Practice Looking Hard,
Got a mirror in my pocket.
Yeah, I got a mirror in my pocket, and I practiced looking hard, which was a Boots Riley. You know Boots.
Boots from the Coup.
That's right. And that was his phrase, so I used that, and I had him in the video along with Pac and everybody. But anyway, to make a long story short, I said, got me a baggie full of broccoli and the cricket eyes 22, and I showed a 20 sack of the broccoli. You know what I'm saying? To let it be known that that's what I'm saying. So that's one of my words, yep.
All right, so where did the phrase Captain Save-A-Ho come from?
Captain Save-A-Ho is a word that's a street word that I first coined for us, the first rapper ever screaming it,
And
Captain
now
Save-A-Ho,
I think
Rescue Ronnie.
I think a lot of people also need to understand where we're from, Northern California. Pimpin' and hoeing was woven. The Mac,
Yeah.
the famous movie The Mac,
Yeah.
was shot in Oakland.
In Oakland, California.
And that culture of pimping, hoeing, and all of that. So a lot of people, the Captain Save-A-Ho,
Right.
was...
So it was common in the streets,
so
but
the
you
reason-
just put it on records.
Right. So it's a difference between like I'm married, right? But see, when you got a female that's been down for you and that's really your woman, you know what I'm saying? And she ain't going around hoeing around. You're not saving the hoe. You giving her the best you can give her, and like a real man's supposed to do. But when it's a broad that got hella miles on her, like more miles than Delta Airlines, you know what I'm saying? And you try to rest haven her and make her become your house, your wife. You know what I mean? And all your partners have been through her. Nigga, you a Captain Save-A-Ho.
I remember the first time I heard it was different. All right, what about Fashizi?
For sheezy, thought you theezy, for sheezy. Fools, remember, that's a town word. When I say the town, I'm talking about Oakland. So a lot of words that I get is just it's regular street talk. You know what I'm saying? It's like people be thinking I make up a whole bunch of words, but really it's just the way we talk natural like an Afro in the Bay. It's a whole bunch of people that pop their kind like I pop it. You know what I'm saying? That spit their game.
Talk natural like an Afro.
Talk
They
natural
didn't even catch it. They didn't even catch it.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like a lot, West Coast overall, really, but the Bay is the mecca of it, the nucleus, you know what I'm saying?
Well, slick
the
talk
hub.
is a part of the culture.
Slick talking, right? So, basically, for Sheezy, so my boy Twiceberg, first time I heard it was my boy Twiceberg. And Twiceberg was like, for Sheezy, because I produced too. My nickname for producing is called Benjamin Blapperson. That's my nickname. And so I produced a record for him. And he was with, I think, Tommy Boy or one of them labels. And so anyway, we in the studio and we chopping game. He was like, yeah, E, and we drinking and shit. He's like, yeah, for Sheezy, right? So it just stayed in my head. So I start popping it. He wanted me to, you know what I'm saying? So we start talking about it and whatnot. So then the next, 2-3 days, I'm in the studio with 3 Times Crazy. And so
Now, 3 Times Crazy, that's where you would know, I don't know if y'all know Bart, Keek the Sneaks. They come from that
Bart,
group. Yes.
Yep, them dudes, man. So I was in the studio rocking with them and shit. And next thing you know, the boy I was saying for Shizzy. I was saying for Shizzy. Like I said it wrong. I was saying it wrong. So Bart just but it's for Sheezy, E. I say, okay, that's what Twice was saying last night, the other night ago. That's what Twiceberg was saying. I knew it was something, though. You know what I'm saying? Like this. So I'm just being honest. This is real talk. I don't be lying to none of that. You know what I mean? So that's when I started saying. That's when I say my N-word. Partners 3 times crazy laced me, taught me how to say for Sheezy, but it really was Bart that taught me how to say it right. You know what I'm saying? But Twice was heard from him, but no one ever in the life of rap ever said for Sheezy on wax until me and Too Short say on Rapper's Ball when he say E-40 and I say Too Sheezy. Then he said we off the Heezy for Sheezy. I say off the Heezy for Sheezy. You know what I'm saying? And then I say I thought you Theezy for Sheezy. Fools member Earl Branton, Denell, them boys from Vallejo. You feel what I'm saying?
Now,
that was 1996, first time ever on wax. Anybody ever said for Sheezy. Then it became several names after that, rap names. Using it for Sheezys, and, you know what I'm saying?
Used it. A lot of people used it.
And even Lil Weezy, Lil Weezy, Easy, E Breezy,
everybody,
everybody.
It became part of hip hop. That's a
Yeah.
beautiful thing. There's nothing wrong with it. You know what I mean?
Now, Player Hater. Player Hater started, from what I recall, in the Bay Area, that term. And I remember when the Puff put out the Benjamins, and he said, and we started using
from the sideline.
Player Hater from the sideline, and you got a Player Hater degree.
Yeah, but this Player Hater was said way,
and that's what I want to point.
Way before.
And that's what I wanted to point out, because I remember when the Benjamins came out, and I was living in Northern California.
Yeah,
we felt some type of way that they was taking slang and wasn't getting any credit. When did you first hear Player Hater?
1988. 1988, 89, a dude named Filthy Rich. Filthy Rich from Richmond, California. You can Google it, look it up. He got a song called Player Haters, man. The word come from Richmond, California. You know? So that's 1988, 89, bro. Mm-hmm. That was the first time I ever heard it. And I'm in the thick of the Bay. But you know, Richmond, they laced up, they gamed up. They ahead of their time too. You feel me?
Now, speaking of ahead of their time, Too Short was for Northern California, independent music and making your own music, selling it out the trunk. Yeah. How much, when you guys started Sick With It, did you model after what Too Short had done with independent music? Where was you guys modeling your business? Because ownership and being independent is a Bay Area thing. Yeah. For sure.
I like that question. So, what's up, Neff? Neff the Pharaoh in this thing,
Neff the Pharaoh. What's up, sir?
Neff? Let Neff have a seat up in this thing.
Have a seat, brother.
Sick
we
with
gotta
the
get you a
breakfast,
microphone.
Man. What's up, Neffy? You got it. Yeah.
So ownership and independence.
So basically, when Too Short was first doing it, my big bro that I look up to, he was making tapes for neighborhood D-boys. Mm-hmm. You know, factors in the soil. You know what I'm saying? And he would talk, you know, he'd say, well, tell me a little bit about yourself. Well, you know, I got a burgundy cougar, I got this, and he'll write it all down and make a real song for him. It'll be a personalized song, and they'll pay him some Gouda. Same thing as Calvin T and Magic Mike. They did the same thing, and they're from Richmond, California. These
Gouda is cheese, by the way, for those keeping up cheese, which cheese is money.
Yeah. So, you know, same thing with Magic Mike and Calvin T out of Richmond, California. They was doing the same thing. They was both making songs for neighborhood D-boys and, you know, fixtures and even people that played sports and whatnot, right? So anyway, then Too Short tapes started circulating all throughout the soils of the whole Bay Area and on to L.A. and everywhere else. Everybody was dubbing them. And next thing you know, he had a record deal with 75 Girls. I think his name was Hodge. You know what I'm saying? That was the CEO. And so his tapes were circulating in '85 and like that. And then he got out of that deal and went with Ted Bohannon, TB, and TB started Dangerous Music. So the difference between and at that time they wasn't selling tapes out the trunk of the car. They was pretty much it was underground stuff. Then they got signed with Dangerous Music. Got signed with Jive Records with Barry Wise. So so I patterned myself after, you know, just the independent. It was because he was independent first. You know what I'm saying?
Taking over the hood, selling in the hood, taking over the neighborhood.
Yeah. So we didn't have no deal. This is 88, I come in the game. You know, we really selling tapes out the trunk like he was doing, but in a different way. We selling our album. We had a EP called Most Valuable Players. It was me, D-Shot, Sugar T, and Be Legit. And that's before we became the Click in 88. So we created a system with my Uncle St. Charles. My Uncle St. Charles, he is responsible for people like, Master P Success. And I mean, of course you got to give Master P his too, but he helped launch that with all of us. Like,
now, was that Select Records?
It was Solar Music Group.
Solar Music.
Yeah. So basically St. Charles we learned together. Me and St. Charles and D-Shot and Bila, we really learned together because he did 45s in the 70s. He had a couple of 45s. You know what 45s is?
Of course.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Okay.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
But some people don't. But some people don't. You know
here
what I mean?
in New York, if you been to a reggae party or you got any, culture in your blood, you done seen an uncle or somebody got 45s.
Right.
Or it's basically was the first singles. That's how they put out singles.
Yeah.
On each side,
And for
they had
the
a
kids, it's
song.
like a small vinyl.
Right.
Yeah.
I used to get in trouble for messing up my grandma.
Oh man, we all mess with them old school record players and whatnot. And so so basically, he had a little know-how and to do the independent thing, just a little bit. So as we went, it wasn't successful from the beginning. Like MVP, we could have spit more game, but we was trying to do like, if you go back to that record, and this is no disrespect to LL Cool J, I had a record trying to sound like him. I had a song called Thought I Could Trust a Girl. And I was trying to get that commercial, you know what I mean?
That was your I Need Love.
That was my I Need Love. And that's the way I wanted to do it. But even though I knew the streets and all that, I wanted to go that way, but it didn't work that way for me.
Mainstream,
I wanted it quick. And I was like, this ain't working, right? So I got to go in here and spit some real game to what I really know. So we changed our name to The Click, right? Because we one big family. It was just all family. You know what I mean? And so that's when I came with the SHIT that'll mess with your brain, and Left Side and Mr. Flamboyant and Face the Facts and all the soil stuff. Then we came with the Down and Dirty album and just start whooping their butt, right? Now, these was going through City Hall Records and Music People. Music People was a small one-stop record store, distributor in the Bay Area at the time. And
quick review for the people listening.
Yeah.
Back in the day, before you could just upload to a streaming service, which would be the equivalent of a one-stop today, back then, you would have to go get your music made, take the boxes to the one-stop distributor, drop it to them, and then they would get it to the record stores for you.
Right.
This is true. Like on Crush Groove, just
Pharaoh-
like that.
like on Crush
just like
Groove? Like
Russell
on Crush
Simmons and them did it.
Right.
And Jay Prince them and all them before me,
Right.
But so we did it with the way we did it like we used City Hall Records and Music People as our hub. So what we did, St. Charles came with a system where we all have one sheets. One sheets is a sheet that shows, kind of like your background, who you performed with in the past, things
Before
about you.
Wikipedia.
Before Wikipedia, give you the whole woo-wop, you feel me? And so it had your barcode of the cassette at the time or the CD that, you know what I'm saying? So we send that out to all the stores that dealt with hip-hop across the nation. So that was the phone book, getting in the phone book, making phone calls. St. Charles mastered a book. He made a big book. Bro, this is before you can put all the information in the computer and whatnot. He made a big-ass book, bro, about that big, with everybody that dealt with hip-hop in the nation. So
What year?
Like 1990? About 1990, 89? No, 89? About 89. Yep, because that's when Left Side, 89. You know what I'm saying? And so what he did was, what he'd do is put 5 cassettes inside a package through Pitney Bowes. You ever heard of Pitney Bowes?
I don't remember.
That's you stamp it. That's when it's UPS. So they come. So you manually we would package up our cassettes and the one sheet, and put it in a package, stamp it with the Pitney Bowes stamp. UPS would come pick it up at the office in Fairfield where we had it, right? Hella packages, like a whole bunch of them. So anyway, we'll send them out to like Nebraska or Kansas City and places like one stop. What was it called? Seventh Heaven in Kansas City and Lil Record Mart in Seattle. You know, I'm playing George's Music in Chicago.
George's Music Room.
Yeah, come on, man. And all these cats, so they what they do, they'll play it, and then, you know, all the players, all the D-boys and all the fixtures that see, you know, the album covers, because the album covers was gamed up. It's like, it looked like their life. You know what I mean? We had Zenith and Vogues, you know, cars on it, and, you know. So like, man, let me get a dose of that. So they play it. They be like, man, well, they send some stuff on there. So people start buying our music. So I delivered with that too, because me and D-Shot, we had our own little resources too. D-Shot went and found Marianne Collins, which was a video promoter that helped get our videos on places like Video Soul. Video Soul. We got dissed one time. Jamie Foxx went on Video Soul. That's my partner to this day. Don't get it twisted, right? He didn't know me at that time. He didn't know. He went on there. Donnie Simpson was on there. They played our song "Tired of Being Stepped On," which is a video that we did, and we paid $6,000 for the video. That's the one we shot in South Vallejo. Yeah, we was dancing. Yeah, we was dancing and all that, right? So then this was at M&M Liquors. This is the video we had with hella people at M&M Liquor.
Okay.
Yeah, you feel me?
So what did he say?
Yeah,
what did
right
Jamie Foxx say?
So it's called "Kiss It or Diss It," and he dissed the record on TV on Video Soul. This is Video Soul. You know I'm an old dude. We talk about Video Soul. Yeah, later on later on everything.
Crush you though. You're like,
it would have did. It crushed us, but it made me stronger. It made me I'm finna gas everything. I just started gassing everything up. I became a beast. I just started spending everything in my life, everything, the whole whoop-wop, everything I see, everything that was around me, and I just took it to a whole nother page. But anyway, that's
y'all also
another
did
story.
something that was very key. Probably y'all also, the type of lyrics and the type of rapping, the way you spoke on the music was worked in specific places very well, right?
It was
in the
our
South.
life, but it was also we was preaching for other people too. We was narrating lives. What we was spitting was going on. So, you know, all the real cats, it's been several real ones that come up to me, man, y'all saved my life, man. Y'all saved my life. Thank you, man. You know what I'm saying? We grew up on y'all music. We was spitting the realest game. Everything, it's a recycled game right now, because I done covered pretty much every part of the game it is to cover. If anybody sit back and really go do their due diligence, been first one talking about triple beam scales and choppers and, you understand me, drought seasons, and I can go on and on forever, bro.
But even converting the money. Like y'all,
converting
there was that Hall of Game era.
Turning street money into
Turning
legitimate
street money
money.
into legitimate money.
You know what I'm
buying
saying?
vending machines and laundromats and car
Barbershops,
dealerships and
all that.
barbershops
Yeah.
and like actually that was a part of the music.
Come on, man. What's the one line that poke out like nipples? Don't buy an $85,000 car before you buy a house.
Right.
I said that in 1996, and I meant it though. Like, I really meant it. Don't spend that much money on a car before you buy it. You get you some property, get a piece of the earth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of money to be spending on the car. You know what I'm saying?
He talk like he rap, right? That's a lot of money to be spending on a car.
You stupid.
Yo, E-40's here. New album too, by the way. While we do all this classic talk, and we appreciate the candor today. Practice Makes Paper, which is out right now. Quavo, you got a song with Method Man and Redman, which I know is a dream
So
come
tight.
true for you.
Oh, it's a special song to me because Super Dave, you familiar with Super Dave West?
Of course.
Yeah, Super Dave West produced it. Shout out to Walt Liquor for putting it together.
Shout out to Walt. What up, boy?
Yeah, Walt Liquor, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Red, Meth Man, the Woo. You know, we always knew each other for many moons. We came in the game around kind of like the same time. I was a little earlier, but we always bump heads, and it's always been solid, not salad. It's always been genuine love. You know what I mean?
What was that last lyric? Solid, not...
Solid, not salad. Solid, not potato salad.
Got it.
You know what I mean?
I don't understand the reference.
It's just salad. Potato salad is mushy. Salad is
Firm,
soft.
you know?
What I mean? When you solid and you concrete, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, got it. Now I
you're a
understand.
thorough individual. You ain't doing the sucker stuff.
I'm just
you know
trying
what
to
I
keep
mean?
up, brother.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
trying to
You
keep
know
up.
what I'm saying?
Sorry, did y'all get it? Y'all didn't get that right away. Y'all didn't get that shit right away.
You slow, fam.
So,
Can you tell me what delicious beverage you're sipping on? What is that?
would you
that
like
have
to
over
know?
there?
This is delicious too. This is well rounded. This is Earl Stevens Function Red blend. So it's a blend. So blends are in really, really strong right now. Blends, Prosecco, stuff like that. You feel me? I got all that in the making. Yeah. I make wine. I sell adult beverages. I started off selling wine online. You know, and you know what I'm saying?
That's amazing.
And instead of coming with a wine, because wine is kind of upscale, kind of player. Since I didn't want to call it not the wine. I didn't want to call it E-40's wine. No. I didn't want to have like a musical note on the.
Right.
So I said, what? Let me call it. If they got a Kendall Jackson, a Rodney Strong, a Justin, or whatever, all these other kind of brands, why it can't be a Earl Stevens? So I went and hollered at the professional people that do professional packaging.
Well, because he's lived right next door to the great Napa Valley for many moons now, because he's been making money that long.
Many moons.
So you've frequented Napa Valley, and I'm sure got some deep relationships.
Definitely. I had an opportunity to find out. See, once you in it, you in it. So I'm not gonna lie. I was the brand ambassador of a cognac at one time. It was called Landy Cognac. And it was out of France, does well in France, but they wanted to come into the United States. So they wanted me to holler at somebody else. He goes by the name, y'all probably don't even know this dude's name. Y'all probably never heard of him. His name is Snoop Dogg, right? So I hollered at Snoop. I say, Snoop, we got to have a meeting with them, man. You know what I'm saying? They need some brand ambassadors. So me and Snoop, they gave Snoop some Gouda, gave me some Gouda, and so we did it, but they didn't utilize what they had. They didn't know what they had. So they was kind of green to it at the time in the United States, the people that was doing the marketing.
Okay.
So that was 86, right? But I stayed in contact with the distributors. I say, man, I'm going to be back with my own stuff one day, man. Trust that. I didn't know it was going to be wine because, I used to drink a lot of Carlo Rossi. That's Gallo. Shout out to Gallo just for, just being the influence of me wanting to sell wine.
Many early E-40 records reference the jug of wine. You've seen it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Carlo Rossi. I had all the soils drinking Carlo Rossi across the globe, like everywhere, like air. You feel me? But at the same time, I was like, I had an opportunity to sell wine online. So one of the dudes who worked for Landy Cognac, he hooked up with a bottling company in Napa, which is 707 area code. 707 is the same area code where I'm from, 707 Napa.
Vallejo, where the yayo was never stale.
Yeah, that's right. That, right? And then the Emerald Triangle, which is Humboldt County and all that, Eureka and all that good stuff.
Yeah, we've been making trips out there for many moons.
Many moons. So that's the 707 area code. Can you say 707 backwards?
707.
Hello. Right? I lost him right there.
And it's important. I'm glad Laura brought that up because from the beginnings of just pressing up CDs and tapes and dropping it to a one shot.
Yeah.
You have 52 years old right now.
51, but I'll be 52 in November.
Pardon me.
But you might as well round it off to the nearest.
That's how
November
I do it.
right
That's
around
how
the corner.
I usually go. I go up.
Yeah, might as well. Make you feel
up.
better
level
too.
Up.
Once you become 52, I'm already used to it. I'm already saying I'm 52. So
let's do some new shit. Level up.
You feel me?
But now here distributing and producing wine.
Yeah. So basically, I started off selling wine online. The demand got real big. They're like, man, can we get these in stores? And so I sold my first pallet. A pallet is 56 cases of 12 packs of 750 bottles, right? I sold my first pallet to Food for Less in the V. Right? In the V, right? And
that was no fingerprints.
There was no fingerprints, no evidence. You feel me?
No fingerprints.
Yes, sir. And so then, from there, so my guy that works for Southern Glazed Wine and Spirits, he's in charge of my portfolio, right? So he was like, man, watch, one day it's gonna be 10 pallets, and then one day it's gonna be a truckload. I say, what's a truckload? He just 21 pallets with 56 cases on each pallet. He say, that's when you're bringing it in. Man, I start selling hella truckloads.
How many truckloads you at now?
It depends on, it depends on what category, because we go from wine to Slurricane, Hurricane, Premium.
You still selling
drinks.
Slurricane?
Yes, sir.
I didn't know that was still out here.
What's in the Slurricane?
What's in the Slurricane? You don't know. It's a Slurricane is a hurricane. It's a known drink that I learned.
New Orleans.
Yeah, come from New Orleans. So
was that Pat O'Brien's? Is that what it was?
Pat O'Brien's probably mostly known for. They got them red and they got them, I think, green. But
right.
So look, this one I first started drinking a hurricane, right? So it was 1986. I was at 86, 87, fall of 86, 87. I was at Grambling State University. Me and B Legit would always go to the Village. It was called the Village. So that's where the liquor store was at. In that liquor store, they had the daiquiri machine. In the daiquiri machines was liquor in it. So they had Hurricane. They had like different type of premix cocktail drinks.
Now, remember I told y'all in New Orleans, you could drive up and get a daiquiri at the daiquiri shop.
Yeah, they got drive-throughs
yes.
with liquor and stuff like that. So basically, at that time, I was only 18 years old. So that was the legal age. You know how if you got to be 21 out here?
Yeah.
In Louisiana, you had to be 18. And I just put my card on, get that, and they had it in a styrofoam cup with the top. So I'd be in class sipping Hurricane.
Oh my God.
With no problem. I can drink. 18 years old, man. You feel me? And so
Mind you, he was at Grambling. He was supposed to be playing football, by the way.
I was supposed to be. I went to Grambling just to be going to Grambling, not trying to be, not trying to act hard in that. And I really I took up commercial art because I can draw all right. I can draw pretty good. So, but Be Legit went first because Be Legit, he gamed up. He from the soil and all that, but he very smart. So he went for electronics, right? And so I didn't even know he was. When I found out he was going, I said, man, you can't leave me out here on Magazine Street, man. It's in the thick of the, you understand me, the Yola game, and it's sick out here right now, bro. It's like a drive-through service. There's hella people out through all that, the Magazine and Porter, Grant Street, all that, all the way up to Fulton. Come on, man, sick.
These are streets of Vallejo, California.
South.
Come on, the South. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I'm not going too far. I talk your ear off. I like to hear myself talk. You hear me?
No, we in. I'm just trying to narrate so people stay close to where you at.
Let me
with
get
it.
back where. Okay,
Yeah.
where was
Slurricane.
I? Okay, so I went to college because B went. I was like, man, you ain't leave me out here. I'm going too. So me, B, and my boy Deion Davis went up there, and it was the best thing I could ever do in my life, man. I mean, it taught me to be a man, washing my own clothes. I was doing it before, but washing my own clothes, going shopping, going to the county market, taking $30, working with a shoestring budget, you know what I mean? Because, we didn't have no income at that time at college. I took my little, you understand me, soil money. You understand me? I didn't, I got a little student loan for about $5,000 or something, you feel me? So we were surviving, man. You feel me? We were surviving. So, we go get our, eggs, butter, bread and some hot dogs and some noodles and, mayonnaise, mustard and all that, some chicken legs from the county market in Ruston.
Mayonnaise
I
and
had
mustard,
a commissary bust down. We was making
and
spreads.
mayonnaise and mustard is different than mustard and mayonnaise, by the way.
Definitely is. Mustard and mayonnaise is Vogue tires. Hello.
Yes, sir.
So basically, I was first rapper ever screaming that too, saying that. I just wanted to let everybody know that too. But anyway, getting back to the further irrelevant terms, I was actually at me, D-Shot, and Sugar, and Bila and the whole Sick With It Records. We was on like a little mini tour. And we was in Little Rock, Arkansas. No, Pine Bluff. I think it's Pine Bluff, Arkansas. And we was at a club called PJ's. And so when we was in PJ's, we had been drinking gin every day for like 2.5, 3 weeks. And you keep drinking the same thing, your high just don't get right like it used to be. You feel me? Because you're constantly doing it. You got to mix it up every once in a while. So we was like, we've been drinking gin every day. We talked to the bartender lady. We like, can we, you got anything that'll get us where we need to be right away? And she was like, I got the perfect drink for you. And it was Hurricane. And I didn't know it was Hurricane because when we drunk it, we drunk it up hella quick, went and performed and did a great performance, like one of the best performances we ever did at that time in the early 90s. So therefore, we came back and we was like, what was that? What was that drink? She was like, oh, that's Hurricane. I said, that was Hurricane? I had this in college. I used to drink this, but it was in a daiquiri form. It wasn't in...
It was a frozen beverage.
Yeah, it
wasn't just a
frozen.
mixed drink.
Yeah, I didn't know. I said, you got the recipe for that? And she told me, Bacardi Dark, Bacardi Light, Grenadine, Triple Sec. What else was in there? Grenadine, pineapple juice. You feel me? And that's all you need to make the slur.
Hurricane,
You feel me? And
but you could call me Slurricane. Yeah.
So we was like, man, it's got a slurring. So I'm like, we gonna call this Slurricane. You feel me? So we gonna call this Slurricane. You feel? So anyway, years later, I made a drink called Slurricane. So it's E-40 Slurricane, and I got Blue Lagoon premix cocktail drink in the same under the same category, category 5. Blue Lagoon. I got Yellowbird, and I have Slurricane, Blue Lagoon, Yellowbird, and one more. What's the other one? Oh, and Sweet Tea. And the Sweet Tea is pretty much an Arnold Palmer but it has vodka in it. Hella good.
Okay.
Yeah, yep. It's 20% alcohol, 40 proof.
And so that's your primary. Making music is your love.
Yeah.
Your primary business is creating these beverages and distributing them.
Yeah, side hustles, different revenue streams and whatnot. The beverage.
So you're living kind of comfortable, large male
and all. And a jealous motherfucker would love to see me fall.
Now,
like
how did you guys connect?
How did me and Neff?
Yeah.
Oh, it's very interesting. So I see this dude on World Star Hip Hop, right? And he had a song called "Bitch, I'm from Vallejo," and he was screaming it, and he was in South Vallejo, right? And he had the magazine sign. I'm like, man, how come I don't know this little dude? You know why? The boy was born in 1985? 1995, 1995, bro. That's when In the Major Way came out. Yeah. I was already named there 10 albums in or some shit like that. You feel me? But my family know his mom and family.
Of course they do.
His uncle, Robert Craig, is from my neighborhood.
Oh, wow.
Shout out to Robert. He touched down. He just touched down.
Uncle Rob,
He just touched down like a couple weeks ago.
Free now. Welcome home, Uncle Rob.
Welcome home, family. And so he our OG from the hillside, right? So
and for those that don't know, in Vallejo, there's hillside.
Yeah, you got hillside. You got different soils.
Crest side.
You got Sioux side.
You got Sioux side. You got the west. You got Bridge side. You got the Ville. Central.
And that's where, if y'all don't know, that's where CC Sabathia is also from.
Yeah, he's
so
from
for
North
New York
Vallejo.
Yankees fans.
Yeah.
He's an ambassador
Shout
for
out to
Vallejo also.
CC. We love CC, man. We were super proud of him.
So now, talking sports, and we got to wrap quick. I want y'all to go get this Practice Makes Paper. I could talk to E-40 all day. I've known him my entire radio life. I think I was playing Mr. Flamboyant in 1990, 91.
Yep. Very true.
And it was only me in Sacramento, Sway and Tech in the Bay, Julio G in L.A., the Baker Boys out where they on, where the Baker Boys on at that time. And this was before radio played rap music all day long.
Definitely.
So we was playing a lot of, so I've known 40 a long time, so we could talk all day. But it's important y'all go get this project because we brought it up briefly, but there was a time where different regions, especially like New York or people on the East Coast, wasn't really understanding E-40, the clique and the whole sound of the Bay Area. Rasheed Wallace, who's from Philly, I remember, wasn't he on Rap City? Was that what it was on?
Oh, yeah.
When he said, I don't really mess with the E-40s and the...
Yes, check game. So I'm watching, rappers watch Rap City back then. We watched it because we were on it and we was part of it. So we watching Rap City. That's where you see all the latest. You couldn't get on the net and look at no videos. You know what I'm talking about? So Joe Cleasy, which got
Joe Claire, what up?
Shout out to Joe Cleasy, man. Joe Claire, man. He was like, man, hip hop is, is doing its thing, in its different regions and whatnot and different places. And he was like, you got 8 Ball and MJG out there doing their thing out there in Houston. And, you got the Goody Mob doing their thing out there in Atlanta. And, you got E-40 out there in the Bay Area, and he was like, well, Joe, I don't know nothing about the E-Feezies and the Goody Mobs, but it's strictly Wu-Tang on mine. Like that, right? That's how he said it. On Rap City, bro. He's just like trying to knock me down. Like,
right.
I don't know that. I don't know. He said he don't know nothing about it. He said, I don't know. Well, I don't know about the E-Feezies and you feel me? Just like that. So I just, okay. So I'll talk. So me and Lady of Rage was trying to do a song together. We never did it, but we will do it. That's my fault. I ain't got nothing but love for her. She called me. We got she said, did you just see what I just seen on TV? I say, yeah, I seen that too. I say, man, dude, out of pocket for that. So, I'm young. When you're young, you're a young hyena, a young piranha. I say, I'm finna have at him, right? So I made a song called Record Haters.
Record hating
and I
bitches.
just, I told the boy to stick to basketball, and what's that nigga name? Rasheed Wallace. I'm gonna have to learn to respect your. I say, I'm 28, nigga. Ain't no need for you to record hate. Mind your own, or your mind gonna remind you. The click crew. I said some slick stuff on that song. It was gamed up. So, y'all can Google it. It was called Record Haters when you can. You know what I mean? But anyway, to make a long story. But
y'all ironed it out. He went and played for the Portland Trail Blazers, and y'all ironed it out.
Rasheed got tortured everywhere he went. That far as rappers that love me, far as rappers, like not just rappers, but people that love me. And not tortured like, oh, like gonna get on his head or knock him out or shoot him or anything like that. It's just like, well, like for instance, he had a game in L.A. and he finished shoot a free throw. They had just Rasheed Wallace, right, shooting it right. Hey, so they was torturing him like that, Then also he played with like my boy J.R. Ryder, he played with him and he's like, man, you should never say that. Woo, woo. So anyway, just to make a long story short and a short story long, that blowed over, right? We was in Portland.
Yeah.
What
That had
year
to be
was that?
01.
About 01?
2000, 01.
Yeah. 5 years later. Like 5 years later. And so he get up there. And,
Well, he was hosting a radio show, Rasheed.
Right.
Shout to Rasheed. He was
Yeah,
doing
shout
his
to
own
Rasheed.
hip-hop show in Portland, Oregon.
Oh, okay.
That was when I went and worked for Paul Allen in Portland for a couple of years.
Okay.
But see, it only take 12 months for you to mature. Some people be on some dumbass shit, right? And then 12 months later, they done changed their life. Like they starting to be, they start maturing. So, but it was 5 years later. Not saying that he didn't mature then, but they say he had been trying to holler at me. And then, so when he see me backstage, he's like, man, I had been trying to holler, man. I just want to tell you, bro. I was immature. He told me he was immature at the time. He shouldn't have, he was on some East Coast thing, and he shouldn't have did that. And he respect my hustle and everything I've done. And we shook hands and hugged and all that. Then he brought us on stage and said, let's do it in front of 10,000 people, and we did it.
Yeah, I took him out on stage so they could truce it up and show love and unity.
And when I looked at him,
though,
not to cut you up, but when I looked at him, because he hella tall, I was like, I'm gonna have to go for his legs when I have him, right? That boy hella tall, right?
But I think the understanding, one thing I learned about moving around the country, and I still make this mistake where I hear music from places that I don't quite understand the lifestyle.
Yeah.
So you hear music through a lens of your own. You don't understand it, it doesn't appeal to you. And then when you go to visit that place or you see how people party with that music, it begins to make sense.
This is true.
And a lot of us have had to mature in that way.
Man, I got fans right now that are my biggest fans that hated me the most. Not hate, but just didn't understand me. Like, he's whack. Mm-hmm. Until they start listening to all the game that I was spitting and whatnot, and and all the lifestyles and everything that I was talking, different subject matters and all this good. It wasn't just slang. It's way more than just slang about me, man. I got positive, uplifting songs that touch the soul and whatnot. You know what I mean? If you ever do your due diligence, this is real talk. Happy to be here and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like so many songs that'll make a gangster cry. You feel me? So this is my career. Being in this game for 31 years is not luck. There's too much game involved, bro. I'm seasoned. The best that ever did it and got away with it. Hello.
Practice Makes Paper out Friday on the project. Method Man, Redman, Chris Brown, Schoolboy Q, Ferg, Fabulous, Scarface, Boosie, Quavo, Rick Ross, Wiz Khalifa. I'm told that this album is an hour and a half long. Is that true?
Yeah. So on iTunes, you're gonna get 20. So it comes out this Friday on the 26th, and it's 26 slaps on there. That's another word. Have you heard anybody ever say slap? That's slap right there. Have y'all ever heard that, gentlemen?
I've heard that something
Drake said it.
slapping.
Drake said it.
Slapping.
Drake just said it on his most recent song.
Yeah.
What was the one when he say?
That's slapping.
What did he say? What did he say on the most recent one? It go too. What was that? I got so many slaps on it. You know what I mean? It's the slap too. It's him and
The Ross joint?
the most recent one. The one.
Is that the Rick Ross joint?
Mill?
Huh?
Meek
The one
Mill?
with Meek Mill, bro.
Oh, yeah, going bad.
Yeah, going back. He said it right there on that.
Yeah.
Cause he rock with us. He listen to our music. You know what I'm saying?
He's had
But
a hit
slap.
courtesy of the Bay. He's had a few hits
Everybody
courtesy
use
of the
Bay
Bay.
culture though. You know what I'm saying? It's
Everybody.
addicting,
It's
bro.
not nothing
You know what I
hip-hop
mean? It's
does, it's not.
addicting. It's not just him. It's everybody. You
Yeah.
know, I'm just saying. I mentioned Drake because he's so
But
dope
part of
and
hip hop,
known. You know?
everybody's used different slang, dress. Everybody's borrowed culturally in hip hop, right, from different elements.
Certain words has been coined by Sick With It Records. Though,
Yes,
you know.
for sure.
So
Would you like to run through? Would you like to run through them before we get up out of here?
It's all good.
Broccoli.
You feel me? Broccoli. That one right there, slap.
What about balling?
It's all good.
It's all good. Come on, man. Yeah, way before Biggie said, baby, it's all good. Way
I know
before
Biggie
that.
didn't
Way before that.
Well, I wasn't even gonna get into the B.I.G. story.
For shizzle, all that, man.
For
just
Shizzles and Izzles,
come
he
on,
definitely
man.
made that up.
And why did y'all It's a famous story, courtesy of DJ Enough, that he shares often when they were in Vallejo. And
Sacramento.
Or was it in Sacramento? Oh, that was Sacramento.
It was in Sacramento.
That was when they were performing at the Cal Expo.
If we finna get into that, I don't have no problem with it, right? But just know that I ain't never been a rapper to try to like bring up controversy because my album finna come out. So
No.
Listen, because a lot of times they be like, man, why he bring that? He told them to say that. No, come on, man. I ain't never based my life on controversy to sell records. You know what I mean? But anyway, you go ahead.
Well, the story
Proceed.
starts controversial, but ends happy.
Yeah.
Because, it was a little bit of a miscommunication between B.I.G. and Enough when they showed up in Northern California. And Enough tells this story all the time.
Yeah.
And I don't know what started it, but I know that y'all pulled up at the hotel 40 deep to have a conversation.
Nope.
What happened?
The story gets all twisted, right? So it all started from a Canadian magazine. They got Biggie really drunk and say, man, just let's do this interview. So they did an interview, and they say, we want you to rate these rappers from a scale from 1 to 10. Okay?
Oh, boy.
Yeah. He got hella toasted. I don't know if he got hella toasted, but something was going on. Because he, when you're a rapper, game recognized game. So it had to be either he was set tripping, because, I wore Kango. I was wearing Kango before he was born. Like, I was wearing Kangos when I was like 16, 17, you know what I mean? I had that look, I had the glasses, everything, you know what I'm saying? Just so happened that certain things we was wearing, like Coogee and Versace and all that was what hip-hop was at the time. So I don't know if he thought like, oh, he's a West Coast guy, wanted to be me. Nah, man, I was before you, brother. You feel what I'm saying? So anyway, to make a long story short and a short story long, it came to rating me, and from a scale from 1 to 10, you know what that man gave me?
0.
A 0, bro. A 0. And I'm a platinum artist at the time. A 0. You feel me?
So you needed to have a conversation?
Well, people knew I was hot, right? So, and my youngins, my little young hyenas, they so sneaky. I didn't even know that I didn't even know on everything. I didn't even know dude had a concert in Sacramento. They called me like 11 at night. 40, what you want me to do with this nigga? I got this nigga Biggie, and what you want us to do with him? I say, where y'all at? We in Sac. I say, put him on the phone, right? He get on the phone, and y'all heard the story. What's up, Duke? Yo, woo, 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 woo. You know what I'm saying? I really never had nothing against dude. I liked the dude. He was rocking with Pac and all that back. You know what I'm saying? So anyway.
So that's the piece of the call. That's the piece of the story where Enough tells us that he was on the phone at the hotel.
Yeah, he was on the phone.
And that was on the phone.
Yeah.
So y'all never actually had a conversation face to face that night.
No, not that night.
Got it.
Not that night. So my folks, they escorted me back to the hotel, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I say, don't do nothing to him, man. Let the dude go. Because he told me, man, nah, man, I rock with Sprinkle Me Duke, and he started talking. I wasn't even really tripping. It was just you don't take nobody's life because they say they don't. They rated you a 0. It was disappointing, but you know what I'm saying. It wasn't that hurt it, but you know what I'm saying. Not to just make this man disappear. Things like that. That ain't what it's about. You know what I mean. So anyway, I seen him and Puffy. Probably a few months later, because this was 95. So I seen him a few months later, probably about a month and a half, 2 months later at the MGM. We took a flick and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? And also, if y'all would look inside of the last album, what was the last album?
Life After Death?
Yeah, because they wanted me on that album. But they had to turn it in, and I was moving around. I don't know what happened, so... but he did shout me out. He said, at that time we would do shout outs in the inside of the albums. Yes, he's like shout out to E-40, Spice One. That's what they did. And so that's how that story ends, man. I wish dude was alive. I wish Pac was alive. I wish we'd be all here in our 50. They'd be dang near 50, close to it, right?
Yeah.
We'd be making
and that's
music,
why I brought
man,
it up, because I wanted to bring that up under the guise of, a lot of people have gotten to the point in their careers where they're ironing out old miscommunications and problems, right?
Yeah.
Even young cats.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where you saw last year Drake and Meek and Drake and Chris Brown. And you know what I mean? You get to a point in your...
right now.
Yeah.
Say it again.
So they going crazy right now.
Yeah, they doing their
Smart.
thing.
Yeah, but it's because there's more money to be made that
Facts.
way.
Right.
When everybody's
all my
having fun and
bitches.
getting along.
You heard me?
That's crazy.
Took all my bitches with that song. Dude.
And no guidance got you hurt out here. You should have seen it coming.
Got me singing that shit. I'm like, damn, it's tight.
Yo, pick up E-40's Practice Makes Paper Friday. It's good to see you, sir.
It's good to see you too, family.
Yes, sir. And good to meet you, too. I think we met once before, but good to
Yes,
see you
sir.
again,
Nice to
man.
meet you, too.
Y'all give it up
Definitely
one time, man. Get that E-40 project.